Episode 12. I'm your director of community, Jenn Schiffer. Happy Friday. It's February 16th. Glad that you're here. This is Glitch Jams Live. It is our weekly live stream where I share all the cool apps that the community's been making, and then I write some code of my own. And yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. This is an interactive stream, so if you are live, we have a chat. I want to shout out Sean and Casey, the mods. I'm their ride or die. Be kind to them. Be kind to me. Let's see. What else is going on? Also shouts out if you're watching the video on demand. Being told my mic is pretty low and the music's still playing. Cool. Here we go. Let me turn that music off. Apologies. Okay. Let's rewind. Welcome to Glitch Jams Live, episode 12. I'm Jenn Schiffer, director of community, and I'm on the path towards solving the microphone problem. So let's get into it. Today we're going to be talking about some cool glitch apps that y'all made. Also a classic that has gone viral on Twitter, and it's one of my favorites. So we'll go into that. We'll talk about the latest Code Jam prompt this month. It's blog related. And then we are going to watch me live code, and I'll talk about the journey that I went on from last week's stream to this one. But basically today I'm going to get started with the fresh 11T site and create a JSON file of your blog submissions from the Code Jam and turn that into a page. I think it's a pretty good fresh look at starting a new 11T app. So if you don't have coding experience, I'll try to go through each step of what I'm doing to help you get started. But if you are live, you could post in the chat that you need some help and we will help you out. I will note that there is a latency between when I'm talking and when you hear it. But I'm keeping an eye on things. Casey and Sean are in there to help you out. And yeah, let's get into it. But yeah, so the microphone issue. I bought a new camera and microphone because my birthday was on Sunday, so I got myself a gift. But then I realized that it's not shipping until next month. But it will be a microphone that I can kind of clip onto my shirt, which, by the way, this jam stream is not sponsored by Java, the programming language, but we can pretend it is. And this, I also have to acknowledge, this is a Sun Microsystems shirt, not an Oracle shirt. I know my reputation precedes me, but I have to maintain it regardless. Yeah, anyway, it's Friday. I hope everyone had a nice week. Mine was very busy. There's a lot of context switching. We're doing a lot of really cool, interesting things, but they're all very different events, forum stuff. And so now it's the end of the week. Coming into what we're going to have in the US is a 3-day weekend because of the President's Day. My brain is toast. So that's why I'm excited to jump into getting started with a little 11T stuff because I actually have a lot of fun with that. It's how I build my blog. But let's talk about what has gone on with Glitch this past week. We sent out the monthly newsletter where I kind of talk about what's up, kind of give the updates that I give on the weekly live stream, show off the cool blogs that either my team wrote, but also the community wrote. If you do not subscribe to the technology of email, to that protocol, if you follow us on dev2/glitch, I post the monthly newsletter there about a week after it goes out in the email, so you can keep an eye on that. So for example, the December monthly monthly newsletter gets into what I just said. It gets into what blogs the community wrote, what's going on in the forum, and yeah, and all the news and stuff like that. So follow us, dev2/glitch. There's also a Fastly one. And yeah, you can get what's going on in the newsletter without having to check your email. I know that your inboxes are probably full of chaos. I know that mine has been because of Valentine's Day. And also, like, my favorite thing about a birthday is when a dentist that you went to 3 cities you've lived in ago, like 20 years ago, emails you saying, Happy birthday, come in for a cleaning. Or like a yoga studio that you tried out from a Groupon 20 years ago. It's like, Jen, happy birthday. We miss you. Um, that's what I love about email. It's full of junk that is like nostalgic almost. Our emails are good, but yeah. Follow us on Dev too. What else is going on with Glitch? Just some updates that I'm just repeating so y'all don't miss it. We are removing Chromium from containers. That work started on Monday. This is just to get around. There are a lot of bad actors using Puppeteer. Um, so if your project had been suspended when we were mitigating that incident, you can write in to support at glitch.com and we will unsuspend it. But because Chromium is being removed, Puppeteer probably isn't going to work. But we have been helping creators come up with solutions for what they were using Puppeteer for. And so if you write in saying, this is what I was using Puppeteer for specifically, uh, we'll help direct you in the right direction. I'm actually learning a lot about the API based solutions to this kind of work. But yeah, check that out. This is in our forum, support.glitch.com, where you can get all the glitch service updates and all that kind of fun stuff. And you can also read about our process in building a new glitch. And so you've probably heard this update before if you're a regular on the stream, but we're going to be deprecating versions of Node older than 12 on February 28th, 2024. I think when we selected this date, we figured the last day of the month, but I learned yesterday that there's a 29th of February this year. So that's fun. Shouts out to everyone whose birthday is on a leap year. Um, you were 1 year older now over the past 4 years. Anyway, get your projects updated. It's really straightforward. You just have to go into your package.json file of any of your full stack Node apps and update it to a later version. We recommend 16.x. This is all towards us working towards getting Node up to date on containers so that you can use Node 20 and up, and a regular schedule they'll stay up to date. But if you go to help.glitch.com and search Node version, you'll see this doc called What Version of Node Can I Use and How Do I Change / Update / Upgrade It. And this is all the information of keeping it up to date. And so you'll see the dates of everything that's coming up. If 16 is like too late a version for your app, you can see we have Node 12 and 14.19.1. And then we'll be giving updates and giving users at least 6 weeks, like this time, to plan for any future deprecations of old versions of Node. So check that out. Let's see. We have our app of the week, which you can see every week by going to glitch.com and scrolling just a tiny bit down, depending on how big your screen is. The app of the week is Simplicity by Calby. Khalil shouts out, regular in the forum and sometimes on the stream. Simplicity was Khalil's submission to last month's Glitch Community Code Jam, your dream default style sheet. And yeah, like this version, yeah, let me turn Do Not Disturb. I just got distracted. Anyway, this is our submission. This is a style sheet. We had the community remix a starter of a bunch of HTML elements, and we wanted them to express what they feel like the dream default style sheet would be. So thinking like instead of Times New Roman and blue links, Khalil chose a different font, purple, like a nice, cool, hot neon purple. This is one of my favorite submissions because I was like, oh, I might actually use this. Like in the stream a few weeks ago, I made a hot dog stand one, and I'm never going to use that for a legitimate site because it's hideous and ridiculous. But simplicity is a really nice one. So thank you, Khalil, for your submission. And also, if you go to their profile, it's at Calby786. They have so many cool apps that they've been making over the past several years. want to say thanks again. Um, oh, and yeah, Khalil also created the Rickroll counter. We do keep a counter of how often I am Rickrolled by the community. We're at one. It was a quick one. I think it was like 3 weeks into the new year. Um, but yeah, we love that. Let's see what else is going on in the world of the glitch. Oh yeah, well, if you want to be featured next, or really at any time in our newsletter or anything like that, you can go to the forum to the gallery category and submit your project for app of the week. Or I can share it on the live stream, in the monthly newsletter, which ends up on Dev 2. We want to shine a light on all the really awesome creative work that you're doing. So you too can be like Khalil and have your work featured. Speaking of featuring work, um, I want to show you some of the really cool apps that we saw shared on social media over the past week. Starting out with the forum, I got my 32 ounces of Crystal Light iced tea. By the way, it's my gamer fuel. Well, it's the lemonade iced tea mix. Shouts out to my mixed drink girlies. The first app I want to share is from Naoto Hieta, who I am featuring all the time because they've been so prolific in making such cool stuff. On the forum in the gallery, they shared a Hydra app that they had made on Glitch, and there's a dance performance along with it. So you can check those videos out. The first video is actually like a pretty quick tutorial on Hydra. So check that out. I'm not logged in, but I already like that. I'm the pixel art surfing a Dorito. Um, but yeah, their app here, it might start some music. I'm gonna allow my face. There I am. Oh, I accidentally bookmarked it. I want to go to your page, Nanto. I've already thanked you probably, but oh yeah, there you go. Thank you for sharing your app. And just like Khalil's profile, like Nioto's profile has just a lot of really awesome stuff that you can check out. Also in the forum, Derek shared something pretty cool. Jen really liked it. It takes your letterbox profile and creates a nice image of the last 4 films that you've added to it. I don't have a letterbox account, so I couldn't try it. But you should and support Derek's work. I don't know. Does anyone in the chat have a letterboxed username that I could enter here? Maybe I could. I wonder what happens if I enter a random name. I'm afraid to do that because I don't. Again, I'm not familiar with Letterbox and what's on there, and if there might be something inappropriate. But like, what if I enter? Does Jeff Bezos have a letterbox? Let me do this out of frame. Let me take that tab out. Okay. Someone does have the username Jeff Bezos. And this is Jeff Bezos's last 4 films on it. Casey says that they're just Casey. So let's see. My cousin Vinny. That's true taste, Casey. There you go. And it like works pretty quickly. And then you can download the image. Let's see if I can get that showing in the browser. I don't know where it downloaded to. Oh, it just there we go. It's just a grid of the film images. In the forum, oh, I lost a tab. Derek had said that they created this because they wanted to create a nice graphic to share on social. So yeah, Casey said that their partner had never seen it. Marissa Tomei is a legend in it. Yeah, Marissa Tomei is great in that movie. Yeah, I don't have a cousin Vinny, but I have an uncle and grandpa Vinny. And they're not lawyers. unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I don't know. Great movie though. Everyone should check it out. It's a classic. Anyway, yeah, Derek said that they made it because they always take crappy screenshots off their phone to upload to Twitter. This is 100% better. So, yeah, that is a great tool. Thank you, Derek. Actually, let me go to your profile and give you a little thank you. Thank you. Um, I know that they make like a bunch of Twitter bots. And look, they have the Harry Styles hurdle. So really, they're like a celebrity. Um, let's look at New Yorker cartoon. I can just do this for like the next hours. Just click on people's like apps and stuff and see if they work. This one's asleep. Let's wake up. Oh, it's like it returns data in a JSON file. Oh, that's cool. So it's like just like an API you can use. Nice stuff. Cool. Okay, what else is going on? This was all over all of the like F1 related subreddits over the past day. This is the Red Bull. It's a 3D model of a new, I guess, a new Red Bull car. I guess Red Bull had put up 3D files of it, and someone took it and put it into Model Viewer and shared it. And on all the F1 subreddit, the F1 technical one, everybody was raving about how cool it was, and it is cool. I don't know much about cars. I don't have a driver's license on purpose, um, but I do love 3D models, and especially I had recently gone through getting a certification in 3JS, which involved working in Blender, and my gosh, it is so hard. It's very rewarding, but it is a slog. If you're looking for like a fun, cute, easy time where you feel successful really quickly, 3D is not for you. But if you're in for like the long haul and you want something challenging, and then you can create stuff like this, definitely get into that. Another thing that was shared, well, actually, first, let me, of course, go to their profile and give them a little thank you. Another thing is Abermud. I think it's pronounced that. I don't know if y'all are into like multi-user dungeon games. Um, Abermud is uh, it's a pretty old one. It's by Alan Cox, who's like, if you follow the Linux community stuff, like Alan's basically like Linus Torvalds like right hand person, I guess. I don't know too much about that community because I value my peace, honestly, respectfully. But somebody found some of the source code of it and put it on GitHub, and somebody put it into Glitch. So it's all like a command line multi-user dungeon game. You start by giving your name, and then it kind of takes you through a text adventure, which is really cool. I'm gonna leave the page and give this person a thanks. Thank you. Cool. The new stack, not a glitch creator, but a glitch fan, wrote about our last year on Glitch Roundup. And what's really exciting about this is that they reached out to some of the creators and talked to them about the work that they were doing. So they have some quotes from Ellen Kitterman, I think Rory Gianni, and yeah, they just kind of like go through the last year in glitch submissions, and I don't know, it's really, really, really awesome. Um, yeah, the blog post final sentence. We can't wait to see what you all create in 2024. And it's true. We did say that, and we believe that. Also, LOL. Donald Knuth's 2023 Christmas lecture, making the cells dance. I have to click through all these articles, but yeah, and look at that. Trending stories, unforgettable glitch projects. Love to see it. So check out the newstack.io and read more about our end of year roundup. And again, at the end of the year, we put out a survey. The community nominates their favorites through different superlatives. So this is like community created, community's choice. And we just like packaged it together in like a nice little page. In fact, you can just like go check it out now. Go to Discover on glitch.com and scroll down and check out all the really cool apps on here. And if you want to watch me walk through all of them, check out some prior episodes of the live stream. In fact, while I'm talking about that, I'm gonna pop into the chat. Um, Today's episodes run a show, and you can go to the index of that glitch app and find all the info and all the links of this and past episodes of Glitch Jams Live. Because you might find something here that you're like, I actually want to check that out. But you can't click a link through a video on YouTube. They got rid of those like weird annotation things that used to cover up videos and made it really difficult to watch anything. Um, but yeah, so now you just have to find the links, and I made it easy for you, so you're welcome. Let's see what else is going on. Let me get rid of some of these tabs while I take a sip of my drink. Okay, Epsom Derby comes from Maps Mania. Maps Mania is one of my favorite blogs. It's just all about map apps, and I'm guessing this is Kira. Yeah, Kira Clark. Uh, at 3:24 a.m. I think that they're based in London because a lot of their map apps take place in London, and I believe this one does as well. This is a horse riding simulator and horse like betting simulator too. I shared this with Sean because Sean's into that, and you can choose, and it like will randomly stutter the horses. And this actually, I think, follows the track of an actual horse race, the Epsom Derby. So, um, yeah, let's see. I bet on blue because that's my favorite color, but let's see who wins. Sean and I were talking about remix ideas, and I won't tell you his ideas, but oh, look, I won. I have $110. Love that. Hey, Alper. Thanks for joining us. So, I told Sean that a cool remix idea would be to take this and change the race map to have the horses go all the way around the border of New Jersey. It I would just love to see how long it takes. And also, by the way, fun fact: New Jersey, my state and Sean's state, uh, has the most horses owned per capita. Big horse state. Hard, weird to believe, but yeah, we are up to our necks in horses here. I guess I don't know. I don't have a horse. Check out googlemaps.blogspot.com. Um, I love to see an active blog spot that's not spam, because there's always like every day posts on all cool map stuff. Like look at this, all through February. Also, Kara's been doing I think it might have been in January. They were using AI to help them create a map. So check out their 1 hour map challenge posts. But if you want to get into visualization through maps, this is the blog to go to and check out. The latest is best price comparison maps. So cool. Okay. I mentioned that there's an app that went viral. That's an oldie. Speaking of maps and visualization, glowy earthquakes. Uh, this app came out like in 2018. It's got the original glitch fish button on it, and it shows earthquake depths exaggerated because somebody had called out on Twitter like that's way more exaggerated, and it's like yeah, it says so on the bottom. Um, you can click on the different earthquakes to learn more about them. And it's just like a really pretty visualization about a very scary um, act of nature. Some Twitter account that has like 1.5 million followers shared it, and so people have been sharing it there. It was all across Reddit. And these are just earthquakes between July 2017 and 2018, which is like a fairly short period of time. And the yeah, you can check it out. Let's go to Raluca Nicola's profile and say thank you. Alper said that a similar one for volcanoes could be so cool. I agree. And it sounds like that, like any of these apps that she's making, she's got a bunch of different ones. Might be a good way for you to start, so you can like make your own. Like this featured app on their profile is their travels, which is pretty cool. I've never been to Palm Springs. Of course, I'm in New York all the time. I've never been to Zurich. I've been to Berlin. I've never been to Bucharest. Um, Actually, this is a good idea to remix this and put my own travels on there. Do you want to view the source with me? Let's take a look. My Travels is also such a clutch name. Okay. So ArcGIS is where they're getting the globe tiles from. They have a JSON GeoJSON file of their locations, which I'm assuming is here in their assets. Let's see what this looks like. I don't know if like Firefox is gonna want me to download it. Yeah. I just wanted to see what the format it was. I'm not familiar with the .geojson file, but let's see. You ever like download things and just have no idea where they land on your computer? There we go. How long until we have photo frames that are moving like in Harry Potter? Honestly. Um okay, so this is a GeoJSON file. And oh, okay, so you get to style the marker that's on the globe, choose the geometry, and then the coordinates, of course. Very cool. So it sounds like all you need to do is load in your own version of this GeoJSON file and then update the source code to pull in from that GeoJSON file, and then the globe will be updated. Um, I wonder if we can get GeoJSON files to be in the file tree and not to the assets. There's a Jira ticket in your future, Casey and team. But yeah, that was really cool. Let's talk about code jams. We're gonna live code in just a moment, just right in time. It's 2:29 my time. The prompt is welcome to my blog, where we're celebrating individual expression through the age-old medium of blogging. So we've asked you to either start a blog, make a fan page about your favorite blog, whatever the prompt awakens inside of you. But most importantly to me, and I think, is we are generating a glitch community blog role. By the way, I just got confirmation from Casey. Let's do it as far as getting GeoJSON files in the file tree. But yeah, I wanted to start a glitch community blog role because if you read our monthly newsletter or subscribe to our Dev 2, we always have a vibrant section of blogs that the community has written. Not only are you all very creative, talented coders and artists, but you're also really great writers, and you write about really interesting stuff. And so we figured, why not share what all of you are writing with the community, just like we share all of your apps. And so I've asked folks to submit uh, their blogs, your blogs, if you haven't done it already. And it doesn't have to be on Glitch. Like Maps Mania is on Blogspot. That's a valid submission. In fact, I hope it gets submitted. We just want to know what your glitch username is. Tell us a little bit about your blog. I think my most favorite part, and I'm glad I asked this, was if folks could only read one of your blog posts ever, which one should it be? And yeah, so submit that. Even though we're going to be moving into a new prompt in March, I'm going to figure out a way to make this form always available so you can submit your blog. But what I'm going to live code today is what I'd started last week, which was how we're showing off all of these submissions, what the blog role is actually going to be. So there you go. Let's close some tabs. And this was what I got started with. Last week, I went on a journey where I decided that, given a list of the blogs, and these are the answers from that form. I want to show a card for each blog with its info, and the data format's going to be JSON. I also put remix.js because the new glitch, which you can see if you go to preview.glitch.com. Boop. This is built with remix.js, which I finally started working with a bit last week. See, when the stream is over, the coding doesn't stop. I was like, let me try out remix.js. I tried it out before and I was like, I don't know if it's for me. And then I was trying it out again, but like reading other blogs, not the remix.js blogs. And there's this really good post. Let me see. I have a tab here. Matt Stobbs has some really good posts that break down in a way that is easier for me to understand than in the docs themselves. Different aspects of Remix. Because the way Remix works is the routing is file based. Like if you want a /about page, you add an about.js file or TS if you're using TypeScript. I don't know if you can use Remix.js without TypeScript. Like all their docs are very TypeScript heavy, which is a conversation for a previous decade. How I feel about documentation in non-vanilla uncompiled languages, but yeah. Anyway, I played around with it and then I realized, this is probably a bit complex for what I'm trying to do. And also, as I mentioned, my brain's a little fried. It's been a long week, about to go into a 3-day weekend. So I was like, how about instead of using Remix, I would use 11T because my blog, Live Laugh Blog, is with 11T, and we are working towards changing the way that the glitch blog works. And so, sneak peek for this group, we're going to be using 11T. So I was like, wouldn't it be cool if blog.glitch.com had a page like /community that was the blog role? And yeah, that would be very cool. And so that's what I decided. I was like, you know what? I'm going to make an 11T site. So that's what we're going to do. What is 11T? It's a static site generator. It's so fun. I have such a fun time with my own blog that's built with it. And Glitch, we make it very easy for you to start an 11T blog. If you go to .com, we have our starter apps here. We have blogging with 11T. Like if you want to start your blog, just like click Hello 11T, and like within a minute, you'll have a copy of a blog for you to get started. We tell you some ideas on what to do next in this little banner here. We have some posts built in that you can replace. Super easy. If you're like me, an absolute sicko that wants a minimal version to start from, we have this little minimal 11T here, which is the actual default, I think, starter from 11T. And yeah, also 11T is a great community, and I have this tab here. There is an 11T conference. I registered for it, so if you register for it, it's free, it's virtual. You'll get a ticket like this. Just go to conf.11t.dev and join them for the 11T International Symposium on making websites real good. Very excited for that. I might actually submit a CFP if they do that. They're going to be holding a public call for proposals soon. Also, you can click the balloon and pop it and say bye-bye to the little possum creature there. Oh, there's a trash bin. Nostalgic. So yeah, 11t rules. I think you just go to 11dty.dev, and that's like their main site. So yeah, 11d is a simpler static site generator. If you want fast performance sites, um, this is like the way to do it. This is like such a great start. And so I am going to start that by I remix the 11t on glitch starter. Very minimal, not a lot of stuff going on. What you have here, and this is using version 2.0. Let's see what the latest version. There's a beta. I think the 3.0 is an alpha or beta. I'm gonna just update this to the latest 2.0.1. And the index page says welcome to, and this uses a templating language, nunjux. That's why there's a .njk file. Sean said, "Oh, by the way, Jen, a race around New Jersey, ask you shall receive." That's related to the horse race simulator. Yeah. So okay, let me break down this page. You have this thing. This is called. Is it mind matter? I thought it was called gray matter. And then Neil's like, no, that's a blog. But then gray matter is a package used to parse mind matter. This is just a way to give template information. So this index.html page uses nunjux to grab data from somewhere. And I'll show you where site data comes from. And then the matter up here tells you what layout to use for that page. Remember default.njk, and then what the page title is. And so the data, like site data, comes from a JSON file called site data, which just has the variable name. Like I can change this to wow or wow, and it updates the title. So this key value pair is associated with what we're saving here. And then the default.njk template, we keep that in includes and layouts, and then you have a default. And this is the base HTML of the page. Like if I say wow, this will add wow after whatever content is coming from down here. It's a little hard to like verbalize. Fortunately, the 11t docs are really good. And they have like get started. They have basically everything you can think of like, can I do that? Like, how do I update permalinks, or how do I configure my templates? And in my case, I'm like, how do I take a JSON file of blogs and turn it into a blog roll? They don't have a page specifically for that, but you get sent in the right direction. So Inexpensive Flower Desert is the page that I want to edit. And in fact, this will be a good example. The Jams Live page, which is our run a show from the stream, is an 11t site. Let's look at the code. So here we go. Started from our 11d starter, because you can see the style looks pretty similar. And in it, we have all the posts. So this is today's post. It's markdown. Here's the matter: the title, the description, you have tags, and then the layout is in underscore includes layouts post. And this is like what this page looks like. What I want to do is I want to update the run a show. I said I started my blog page here, but I'm going to replace this with I pivoted to 11t. And then I'll say view the source at Inexpensive Flower Dessert. And so now if you have that page open, because I linked to it in the chat before, this is episode 12. This is here. This is me right now. I am talking to you, looking at a video thumbnail of me talking to you right now. here we are. View the source at inexpensive flour dessert. Okay. So there you go. I'm gonna get rid of what I want to do is I want to copy blogroll.json. I want to copy this thing, this object. So I have site data, but I want to have more data and I want to show it on this index page, all of it. And so I'm just going to create a new file in underscore data called blogs.json. And when you create a project, you can put in what folder you want. If you don't, you can just click and drag it. There we go. And let's start by putting it here. Okay. And let's just say, I'm going to start with my own, Jenn Schiffer blog. Live Laugh blog is also an 11T site that's hosted on Glitch, but I made it before we had an 11T starter. So it doesn't look anything like that. And also it's been around for like 5 years. It's hosted on Glitch. It's my lifestyle blog. Best post. I'll find that one. Oh, and I have 2 usernames here. Okay, so this is one blog. There we go. I used a prettier button. I'm gonna want multiple, and this is a JSON file, so I'm gonna put an array around that. And for the sake of having like multiple items, let me just put like a fake one. Someone bloggy blog. There you go. Okay, so now we got some totally correct and usable data in blogs.json, and we want to use it somewhere. And so all we got to do is, all we should be able to do is call it on index here. So this is another thing, like you can find information on the docs or look up nunjucks. But let me get rid of this stuff. And let's say we fill like everything, like loops and stuff like that, very eloquent, I know, are within these curly braces. And to know that it's nunjucks, you split it with a percentage symbol. And so you want to do something that's for blog and blogs, and this will have to match the title of the file. I like file-based stuff because of that, because it's easy to see. Like I can't rename something different without it breaking. Like it's gotta pertain to what I had named it. When you start a for, by the way, you have to end the for. I always accidentally put a space here, so if you do that, you're just like me. And so now I can iterate through all of those and do something like if I start a paragraph, you know how I have site data.name here? I can do that, but put like blog, because the blog is the single name, and put title. And that ideally should work, and you can check logs to see if it does. Let's see, let me preview. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is index. Let's see. You know what? Maybe? Oh, you know what? I think I might have put this in the wrong file. Let's see. Okay, so we have index. We have default. Now I have to look like, why isn't this updating? And I just realized that, why isn't it updating? I shouldn't have to change this. Let me delete this. and see if that updates it properly. Okay, cool. For some reason, I'm not getting 11T to update appropriately. This should work. Let's see. I'm iterating through blogs. Is there a there's title through each one. It's called blogs.json. Why isn't the build happening? Because this isn't changing, this tells me that something's not building. Let's look at what happens when we're building the site. It also could be the watch file is not. Anyway, I'm editing it, but the site's not changing. So something's happening at the build point. When it edits, oh, hey, Asia. Asia's in the chat. Asia, you caught me while my stuff is breaking. So perfect timing. Okay, let's see. So when you build, you run 11T. So actually, I'm going to open up the terminal, and I'm just going to run npm run build. And let's see what happens. Because this will show, okay, this is built. It built the index file. So there we go. Okay, for some reason, it was editing the file, but it wasn't running. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, if you're making changes on a static generated site, and the changes aren't showing in the site, that means something happened where it couldn't build. And I would expect that 11T would have given me an error here. It's showing that it's updated. These are the glitch logs, by the way, but sometimes you just gotta open up the terminal and run the npm scripts yourself. So yeah, we got it. Asia said I can do it, and she was right. I did it. Okay, so what we got here is we have 2 blog titles that came from that blog JSON. And we can show everything that's here. So I'm gonna just copy these so I don't have to keep changing tabs. Let's just break the site for a sec. So let's do an unordered list. Because when you're iterating through stuff, you probably want to do a list. And I'll change this paragraph tag to a list item tag. Even though I went through that issue, it did only take me a few minutes to get a JSON file to have its content iterated and generated on a page with not many lines of code. And this is why I love 11T, because last week I was struggling to, I'm who creates JSON files from scratch? Serial killers do. And for that brief moment, I was a serial killer. Anyway, this just makes the developer experience a lot easier, and then it just builds HTML files. Now, if you want to know where those files go, if you're in the glitch terminal, you can run various Linux commands, and so this builds to a dist folder where you can see those final files that are served. And I can go into next week how we can turn that into a glitch generated static site or decide what build folder you want to have. But what I want to leave in the next 10 minutes having done is listing these blogs and all their info. And then next week we can style and put in the real blog roll content, and that will be a lot of fun. So let's get back into it. Okay, so now I have I guess I just have to run build every time I update it. I can update this file, but this our watch.json file looks like hieroglyphics to me, respectfully. So I'm not going to touch that just now, but I'll go to our help docs and learn more about that later. Okay, here we have a list of the blogs. And this is just that scratch content that I put up there. Let's go back to index.html. Okay, so we have blog title. And what I'm going to do is we can like link to the blog from here, and I'll show you how to do that. Just do just regular HTML. Yeah. And then in here, you know how we did blog title? We can do the same thing in the quotes of an anchor tag, like attribute value. Just put URL. Run build on that. And then we have links. And this should go to Live Laugh Blog. Another 11D site on Glitch. We love to see it. Now, here's like a fun bonus thing. What if instead of linking to the blog right here, we gave each blog its own page that has all of the info? And so this is actually not that hard to do. We would just need to add pagination. So what if instead of linking to, let's say, livelaughblog, it linked to whatever this URL is /blogs/ the title. Like let's say blog post title is URL. And if you have, well, I'll get into like how to fix what I'm definitely breaking already. Let me get out of here. Well, if we want the URL to be blog.title, we have to like have a page, a template associated with that. Cause like, let's see what happens if I do that. This of course will link to, inexpensive flower desert /live space black blog. What if instead this actually, instead of giving us an error, gave us a page with more info? So we have to create what that page is going to be. So I'm going to duplicate the index.html file, and I'm just going to call it blog. This is like a blog for blogs. We love that. And for this page, we want to give it its own template, but let's add some more content. So we want to say, welcome to the site name and blog.title. And here, we're not going to iterate through all the blogs. We just want to show info about that one specific blog. And so we don't have to iterate through anything. We actually have just that specific blog because that data is going to come from whatever the title of the URL is. I know this is like confusing how I'm explaining it, and I apologize. As I'm saying, I'm like, I sound crazy. And that's because we all are a little. Okay. Let's say we have a blog title and say a blog by we have username. Oh yeah, their glitch username. And we can link it to their glitch handle. Okay. So I want to, when I click this, it will go to a page associated with that blog. So we have to add a template for it. We're going to call this blog. And so 11T has this feature called pagination that allows you to do that. Okay. So let's see here. We're going to delete this. Every template starts with the matter, the mind matter, which is 3 hyphen separating it. And we say that we want pagination, and we gotta say where the data comes from. And if you want to guess where the data comes from, the tip is that it's the file name, blogs. You give a size, which is 1. You just want 1 blog at a time. You want to give an alias. I don't know why. It's just like, this is like what, like, this is like muscle memory I have from doing this a bajillion times. But the most important part is the permalink, is the URL. So permalink you set to be, it could be whatever you want. In this case, I'm just gonna put blogs. That's like kind of the standard. The 11T documentation like uses like possums as example because that's like their mascot. And then the URL is going to be that blog.name because remember you want to go to slash the title. Remember here. So in fact, we're actually gonna say slash blogs slash title. Let's go back to that template. So it'll be blog slash title. And then that should be it. And then whatever the content of the page is going to be. And so we should be able to, I think that might be, it. Default has content saved. I think I'm just going to copy that. Because this will just be whatever the content is here. Or, yeah. I don't know. We'll try it out. The other thing. You see Live Laugh Blog is a title that has spaces. If you want to use a like string value as a URL, 11T provides a lot of filters. So if I wanted blog.name, but I wanted it to be URL friendly, you just gotta add Slugify to it. Or what I always do, and it breaks, is put 2 G's in Slugify. Because is Slugify even an actual word? I don't know. But anyway, wherever I'm using the title as a URL, you just add the pipe and then the filter. Okay, so let's see. We got 1 more minute left. Let's see if what I did or wanted to do freaking works. Okay, we got an error. Multiple input files are writing to blogs.undefined. Okay, so we've got an undefined issue. So let's see what's going on here. Okay. Blogs, one blog, blog dot, oh, not name. See, this is what, this is like, okay. Yeah, it's title. That's why it's not building. This is like, this is what has got me messed up. This is also why I like running the blog. The logs aren't showing errors when they don't build. Anyway, here we go. It works. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so now we have, this now goes to /blog /live blog. So by slugifying it, they just add hyphens in terms of spaces. And then it says a blog by Jenn Schiffer, which links to my glitch page. There is a wayward quote there I gotta get rid of. Yeah. I'm gonna add a link back to the index to the title, just so we can navigate back and forth. Let's go back here. Let's rebuild. Okay, that all works. Okay, so now we're at the index. I have my 2 blogs. I'm gonna click Live Laugh blog, and it says welcome to 11 glitch. It's linking back to the index. And there we go. And then Live Laugh blog links to well, it tells you the username, which links to my glitch profile. Good times. Okay, let's briefly once over went through what we did. We pivoted from remix to 11D so we can make it easier. We almost created a blog of blogs. We created a JSON file which will hold all of the submissions to the glitch.com/jams. Welcome to my blog prompt. The form is on there. I will add these all ahead of next week. But then we updated the index to iterate through everything in the blogs.json. Each item links to an individual page, and in our blog template, we paginate it. We enable those pages to be created. Those pages just define that the permalink for them is blog / the slugified version of their title, and it just shows whatever the content we have for it is, and that's defined in the blog.html file, which we say uses that template. And every one of those will say welcome to the site name, which links back to the index, the title of the blog, and it says a blog by the username, the glitch username, and links to their glitch profile. So generally you can kind of see where this is going, where eventually we'll just have a list of all of the glitch community's blogs. We can add other content to the page, like a link to the forum. We'll do that. And then you can click through and you'll be able to see all the stuff that we ask for in the form, which is the username, the URL, the title, where it's hosted, the tech behind the blog, like 11T. We'll give you a description of what you want readers to know, your favorite of your blog posts, and you'll get to see what everyone else in the community is writing and creating. So, heck yeah. If you have any questions about this, go to our forum at support.glitch.com. I'll be posting a community open thread going into the long weekend. One, reminding people that Glitch Support's closed on Monday because of President's Day. It's an office holiday here. I'll share out links that I had shared on this stream for the community that wasn't able to make it. And you can ask any of your questions, or if you were following along and you want to share what you created, would love to see that as well. But I'm pretty pleased with how far I got. My head is throbbing. It's throbbing. Code too hard. But that's okay. Anyway, I will see you on glitch.com. Go to jamslive.glitch.me to find all the links to all the cool apps that I shared. Let me know if you want me to share your app. You can comment down below on the YouTube video. Also, like and subscribe. It's free. And I will be back next week to continue this work. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for joining. Asia, thank you for hoping I feel better. It's just that, like, I make my brain work too hard all week, and I'm gonna get some much needed rest since this 3-day weekend. But yeah, I'll see you on glitch.com. Have a great weekend.